Welcome to Spectacular Magazine Shorts. I'm your host, Phyllis Coley. In this series of interviews, we have been talking to the Duke Energy Foundation Social Justice and Racial Equity Grant recipients, talking about their work, talking about how they will employ these funds with what they already do and what they've been doing in the community. The thing that I found interesting as I've been talking to these members of these various organizations is none of them have social justice in their company name, but it doesn't mean that they're not doing the work. And one such gentleman is joining me now, Talib Graves Mann. Talib is the founder and executive director of Knox St Studios. Welcome, Talib.
Thank you for having me. I'm always happy to be in your presence, virtually or in person.
Same here, same here. So Knox St Studio. Now, is it located on Knox Street?
Yes, it's located on 1307 West Knox Street in Durham, in the Walltown community.
In Walltown. Now, why did you decide to move to Walltown? I mean, most people are looking to be downtown.
Well, it's pretty close, but downtown Durham has become increasingly expensive, so I guess I consider myself to be downtown adjacent.
Okay.
A little bit more favorable, but the Knox Street Studios is in Walltown, and it means a lot to me because this is where my family is from. I'm a Wall, so my great-great-great-grandfather, George Wall, was the one that established this community. And briefly, his story was he was a janitor at Duke University.
Okay.
And he came over here when it moved from Trinity, North Carolina, to Trinity College to become Duke. And so he was here kind of at the inception. And he was a good guy, from all I can understand, and the community ended up being his namesake. So when I came back to Durham in 2015 to do some work, I told myself that if the opportunity presented itself, I would like to reinvest into this community.
So tell me, what do you do there at Knox St Studio? Tell me what it's all about.
Knox St Studios is like really a culmination of my personal interest and my philanthropic interest to see specifically African American folks thrive, both within business, entrepreneurship, education, with a strong focus on STEM. So any given day at Knox Street, multiple things are happening, right? We do entrepreneurship training. In late 2020, early 2021, we'll be doing an incubator program for existing businesses. Mm-hmm. We do workshops on real estate investing, home ownership, and preservation within the community. And to be clear, when I say real estate investing, I'm not talking about flipping homes. I'm talking about, acquiring estates, and for families to look at the properties as we need to hold them to create generational wealth within the community, not flipping homes or, those we buy home signs, which I hate. I'm looking more about how do we create wealth through real estate. In addition to that, we do a lot of work with the youth with a focus on STEM, science, technology. Also, we add in arts, so STEAM, and engineering and mathematics. So we have a community code program that is run by Miss Selena Higgins and Richard Brown, who are both directors at Knox St Studios, where essentially we teach kids how to code, computer coding, with a focus on the Python language. And then while also teaching them the technological aspects of it, drawing the correlations between the real world application of it. So I remember when I was a young person, they all kept telling me to go learn something and do something. And I'm saying, well, what am I going to do with that when I learn it? How do I apply that to making money? How do I apply that to my career? How do I apply that to fun? And that's what we work hard to demystify technology and education so the students adapt and adopt it better.
When you say youth, what are the ages?
We primarily work with middle and high school students, both in North Carolina and abroad, now that we're doing more virtual work. When I say abroad, outside of North Carolina, not quite international yet.
Tell me how this grant will help you with what you're planning to do, with what you're doing?
Well, it helps out substantially. One, I mean, because of the nature of the work that we do, we've been very fortunate to have a lot of people volunteer their time and their expertise. But there comes a time when you got to pay people, right? And I've been very fortunate from the Durham and Raleigh community, the Triangle at large, and people have been volunteering their time. One of the things that this will help us do is scale, as we'll be able to pay more people and more experts to come in and help us execute on our programming. What I really appreciate about the Duke grant is that it is not restrictive, and as it makes you have to focus on one specific niche thing that you do. It is designed to help us to invest in the entire business, in the entire nonprofit rather, for it to grow and for us to have more bandwidth to execute on our plans. You know, many times, you know, I can speak as a Black nonprofit manager, you're often robbing Peter to pay Paul. And the amounts of money that we're giving is often not enough to truly get the work done. And this grant of $25,000 is substantial and will help us move the needle.
Talib, you talked about that Knox St Studio was a culmination of a lot of your interests and a lot of things that you've already done successfully, I must say. So tell us about a few of those things.
So Knox St Studios, it's kind of like a 365-day version of Black Wall Street Homecoming, where, you know, a lot of the energy that myself and my co-founders put into that, you know, focus on connectivity, you know, bringing entrepreneurs together, bringing funders together, bringing other resources together to help build scalable businesses nationwide with a focus on technology was the genesis of the energy around Black Wall Street Homecoming. But it lasts for a week, essentially, in Durham. And, you know, our communities need much more nourishment and connectivity. So I look at a lot of the work that we do at Knox St Studio is a 365 version of more resources, more network, more connectivity for our community. So that's one connection point. In addition to that, I have a luggage company along with my business partner, Christopher Tuning, where we make really innovative luggage, right? And I think it's what we do there and what we know how to do there is take a sketch and manifest it into something that we can sell, right? And that has utility in the world. And a lot of our young people that, you know, we might accuse of doodling are actually designing things, and it's all creative, right? So what does it look like for myself and my business partners to take our skill set and kind of apply that to STEM, right? What does it look like for Richard Brown as well as Selena Higgins, two of our directors here, to take their imagination, their creativity, and roll that into the programs for our community coding program, also known as Inspired to Code. That's another connection point. I'm also a second generation real estate broker. My mother was my broker in charge. She's a broker in Greensboro, Jackie Graves Realty. If you need a really good broker, anybody listening, hire Jackie Graves. She's excellent. She'll take good care of you. So I learned a lot from her growing up as a real estate broker and understanding the value of assets and investing in the real estate within your community. And the last thing I have to add in here, this year, myself and two of my business partners, Napoleon Wallace and Wilson Lester, we launched an Opportunity Zone Fund called Partners in Equity, where we're investing in African-American business owners looking to acquire their commercial real estate that's located within opportunity zones. And our fund is designed to help create generational wealth within our communities and also fight displacement, which rolls into some of the philanthropic work that we do at Knox Street as well. So those are the things that keep me busy, and Knox Street's philanthropic approach to the community is a culmination of so much of that energy.
It sounds wonderful. And as soon as I can get out and feel free moving around, I have to come in and check it out. It sounds wonderful. But in the meanwhile, how can people find you? How can they sign up?
You can find us on Knox, KNOX, Studios.org.
Okay.
So www.knoxststudios.org. There's a sign up button there. If you sign up, you'll get our newsletters and any other awareness that we put out about our programs. And we're always looking to collaborate as well.
Is this signing up both for people who would like to use your service and for people who'd like to volunteer?
Yes.
Yeah, so they
both options are available on the website.
How has the pandemic affected your programs and what you're doing there?
Well, the biggest thing the pandemic affected was the revenue, right? So we had one of the ways that we generate revenue with the space is by renting it out to people at a discounted rate for them to do their own events when we're not doing ours, and that stopped in March, or I guess maybe February. So that was a significant dent in the revenue projections for 2020 and now 2021. But you know, one of the things that we had on our roadmap was to be more virtual in our offerings. And as a result of COVID-19, we stepped all the way into that. When COVID-19 first started to spread in March, in April and May, and businesses had to close their doors, we held Sunday sessions with a few of our partners to talk to Black business owners about CARES Act funding and how to apply for it. We had bankers and accountants on the call to answer a lot of questions. And that was something that we were able to do in real time using our virtual tools.
Still helping the community. It sounds like everything there that you're doing at Knox St Studios is about the community.
Yeah. We love the community because we're specifically to Durham. You know, my family living in Walltown, coming here for Thanksgiving and Christmas over the years, but then you know I lived in Washington D.C. in the mid 2000s as well as Baltimore, and was going to Philadelphia a lot, a place where I originally am from, and again I've traveled a lot. So for me, when I came here in 2015. 2016, when I was serving as an entrepreneur in residence with Google and an organization called Code 2040 at the American Underground, I saw what was happening in Durham, and I said, well, this is a community that is seeing significant investment, and there's going to be a changing in property values and overall investment within Durham. And I wanted to make sure that folks within our community, whatever I can do to equip people with tools to participate in this growing economy, both within technology and Main Street businesses, we have to participate. So in a city like Durham that, you know, is 50% Black, that has had Black leadership and historic Black Wall Street, that if it wasn't for the Black populace in this community, the whole community would have shuttered many, many times over. But now that it's become more bright and shiny, I want to make sure that a lot of us are in position to take place in this new resurgence of investment.
What I'd like to do, though, Talib, is ask you to come back at another time and talk about the opportunity zones, because I think that that's something that people need to understand, and that there literally are opportunities in those zones, and we can't sleep on those.
We can talk about that anytime you want. I mean, we should schedule that before the end of the year.
I would love to, because it is truly something, and we need to be right now while people are maybe down, you know, and having to be in a little more. This would be the time that they prepare for those things that are coming up. Thank you so much. First, congratulations on the success of your business. Congratulations on receiving this grant. I wish you nothing but most success, nothing but the most success. And thank you for taking the time to talk to me today.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to me today, too.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right.
I have been visiting and talking today with Talib Graves Mann, who is the founder and executive director of Knox St Studios, located in Durham, North Carolina. They are one of the 40 recipients across the state of the Duke Energy Foundation Social Justice and Racial Equity Grant. I'm Phyllis Coley. Thank you for being with me today. And until next time, see ya.
Spectacular Magazine. We on the scene.